I don't remember when we last recorded.
2 months ago.
This is a quick break.
Yes.
We've come back very fast.
Yeah, we have. We
Well,
didn't wait.
again.
We didn't make everyone wait a whole year.
And tell everyone we've come back after a year.
Exactly. We're not a HBO show anymore.
No. We don't have the budget. We couldn't keep pumping out the episodes.
Yes, exactly. So that we can make more, I guess.
What are we starting with this season?
A quick update on the last 2 months.
If you just listened to our last episode of episode 20,
yes,
we spoke about a very important character of season 2 named Stickman.
Yeah.
Quick update, if you don't know who Stickman is or you're tuning in for the first time, he's my ex-boyfriend. Go listen to all episodes, season 1 and season 2, especially season 2.
Yeah, you'll get a lot of background.
But last season, I was doing some FBI investigation and found out he had
A girlfriend.
Or he has a girlfriend. Anyways, over Christmas, my favorite time of the year to stalk people because that's when people post the most.
It's when people are the saddest.
People are the saddest, exactly. And they air out everything in their lives except for me. But I am watching everything that gets posted. And I noticed that they didn't spend Christmas together. And I also noticed they didn't spend New Year's together. So I started putting pieces together. Like, that's 2 major holidays not spent together. And I know they're very, like, independent people as what they air online. But that's 2 big holidays they didn't spend together at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly, probably, I think, start of February, I saw that they've unfollowed each other. So Jacob did the quick math of, I think their relationship was 8 months. But there you go. That's the update, everyone. I still win.
Yes. Also because he still follows you.
He still follows me, even though I obviously stalk him privately.
Hazel gets the last word.
Exactly. And I knew it wasn't going to last. I hope he doesn't come for me. Or she doesn't come for me either. I'm sorry, you're just too different.
I'm going to tag her.
No, don't tag her. Don't tag her.
Maybe we'll get more views.
No, don't tag her. I think we'll get more hate.
Oh my God.
Godspeed to both of them. I hope they both heal. Oh, yeah. Also, she was posting a lot of like things on her podcast about how she went through an ending at the end of the year.
You're giving this not vague at all.
Who, the girl?
The details. So
Me or a girl?
you.
Oh, yeah. Well,
It's quite targeted.
they won't listen.
All you have to do is listen to this podcast and that one, and you
They
go.
won't listen.
"Du-du-du-du."
They won't listen.
But I feel like we've got different.
We have
target
different
audiences.
platforms. Yeah, exactly. Our marketing is different.
No, different. We're funny.
Yeah. So I don't think they'll find it. But anyways, she was posting things like it was an ending, and if you ever
Not a happy one.
went through a breakup, this is how you pick yourself up. And I'm like,
Mm.
that's how you know. Girls always post things like that on Instagram. When
Oh
they go
yeah,
hook up.
yeah, 100%. Like when a girl starts posting, maybe some quotes or reposting quotes, you know they've gone through some shit
I just
recently.
remembered an update
Yeah.
of why I also speculated that they broke up before I confirmed it.
Mm-hmm.
He started posting a lot of stories, but then he posted in close friends, and I was in close friends.
You still win.
I know. I cannot believe I was in close friends.
That's wild.
Yeah, crazy.
I would have thought he'd taken you out of
He
that.
never posted in close friends when we were together. Or maybe he did and I just wasn't in it.
Oh, that's worse.
Anyway, suddenly he was posting, and it was posting a lot in close friends. And I was like, well, this feels targeted to me, so I can't watch this.
What did it say?
No, it wasn't targeted to me at
okay.
all. I just felt like it was a trap if I watched it.
But you did watch it.
I did.
But then you kind of like swiped away.
because Jacob and I figured out that you can put your phone on, you can load Instagram in the back, like the story, and then put your phone on airplane mode.
Oh, we've known that for a while.
Yeah, but it takes a while for like the story to appear.
Ah, I see.
I have to like, I
Wow.
don't know, time it. But
Weirdos. But
we
sure.
are.
Yeah.
Jacob and I were fucking dedicated. He even
It's-
posted a close friends himself to see if I would come up.
That
with
is love.
we are 2 peas in the same pod.
Yes. Both weirdos, both creeps, both
And we
FBI
own it.
agents.
We own it.
Yeah.
And there you go. That's the update. So
I think that's the last time we'll probably talk about him, or
until you get triggered again.
until I get triggered, or until someone brings up a party where I don't get fed.
So yeah, good luck.
What a great welcome to the season.
I know.
Just good news all
Good
around.
news all around. We're spreading the positivity.
All right. So we're going to start this season off differently, as we have been starting every season off differently. So in
Yes.
season 1, we did the questionnaire.
God, what's that called? We're not strangers.
We're not strangers. Then in season 2, we asked AI some fun questions. So listen to those. This year, we thought we would write down questions, each of us, me and Hazel, put them in a little container, and we will lucky dip at the start of each episode one question.
This was actually really hard. I had to ask AI to help me.
Is it? Well, okay.
I couldn't think of anything.
Good to know you're still using last season as a starter. All right, I've got it here. Okay. Do you want to pick?
Lucky dip. Oh, they're all tied up together. Okay. Do you know anyone with Filipino auntie vibes?
Oh, damn. That's my question.
Filipino auntie vibes.
I wrote that one.
Yes, because I work with
nurses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the
How
first
rude of me to just write nurses.
I would literally
not say doctors, just went straight to nurses.
Feeding the stereotype.
Yeah. Well, am I?
We're trying to remove the stereotype.
I should have said IT.
Yeah. Yes, they were the first people that came into my head.
Mm.
But I don't call them aunties.
Are they actual auntie age, or do they have Filipino auntie energy?
Both. Some of them are, but we all call each other sister.
Okay, no, that's fine. It's about the energy of like. So there's 2 ways an auntie can feel like that energy. That's why I asked this question. They could be like the gossip type. They could be the feed you type.
Both.
Both.
So actually, at work, I work in a team with the nurses, and during their lunch break, they bring the rice cooker, and then they have a doorbell. So I have a massive pot of adobo. And my friend,
I love adobo.
Me too. My friend, when he works with them, he's Vietnamese. He always gets offered the adobo. And then one lunchtime, I was in this case with the nurses, and he comes to visit me, and he's like, they've got adobo in the nurse's office. And I like bolted,
yeah.
And I was like, sister, do you have any more adobo? And she's like, yes, have the last bit of rice and the adobo. So yes, they fed me. And then we gossip about each other. Yeah, we gossip about to each other.
Okay, yeah. Do you call her sister or do you call her ate?
No, I call them sister.
Oh, okay.
They call each other ate sometimes.
Okay, but you actually say the English sister.
Yeah, I think it's just like a term that
like sis.
The hospital, yeah. But like
it's like when the gay goes.
Yeah.
When gays go, hey sis.
But I think the whole hospital has like picked up the term sister because you hear it everywhere.
To even males?
No, but like different like nurses or like patient transport, always usually a female.
But see.
Like they'll always be like, sister, how are you? And then even sometimes when they talk to me, they'll be like, sister, what are you doing? Like,
what if you were what if you were like a they them? Are you allowed? Do you get like it's questionable. Anyway, that's such a tangent.
I don't think they get called a sister. They just say whatever their name is.
Okay. That's the safest bet, isn't it? Well, I actually asked this question because I know someone that has like real Filipino tita energy.
How old are they?
In their mid to late 30s.
Okay.
Actually a friend of mine.
Okay.
Full on like will interrogate you about your personal life.
That's me. Are you just describing me?
But you're not in your mid to late 30s.
But that just sounds like me. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean you do have you're getting there. You're slowly getting there. But it's the like full on interrogate you about your personal life, but then you try to ask them back and they're like, no.
Oh my, that is me.
Yeah. And then I think, but this bit that I'm about to say is not really you. It's more about the comparing where they're at. Because I mean, comparing their lives to your lives.
Oh yeah. I don't do that.
No, you don't, because you enjoy your life.
Yes.
And it's kind of like, oh, is my life better than yours, or is your life better than mine? But doing that by asking questions that are like quite provocative in that sense.
Like what? Can you give me an example?
What do you do in your free time?
I mean, that's just such a basic question that I ask people.
Yeah.
But I don't ask it that. I'll just be like, what are you up to?
That's different. No, as in like this is what are you doing in your free time? And you go, oh, we cook, we do
Yeah.
the gardening, and then he'll be like, but what do you actually do? And
What
it's
does
like,
that mean?
yeah, and I'm like,
What do you mean? What do I actually do? I cook.
yeah,
What
I
does
cook,
that
yeah.
mean?
And he goes, but what do you actually do? And I'm like, well, there's a lot of things we work and stuff. Like,
I don't
that's
understand this question.
exactly. And then I'm like, are you trying to compare what you do? Because like,
What
why?
did you ask him what he does?
He goes on holidays a lot.
Oh, that's so basic.
Mm.
But like, you can't just say, "What do you do in your free time?" I go on a holiday, because that's not your free time all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah.
What do you mean? This is triggering me.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it would.
I don't understand.
Yeah. And then some things it's kind of like making snide comments. And I know this is my friend. That's fine.
Yeah.
But it's like it's making a comment and then saying it's all a joke.
I hate that. It's like, ha, you're a bitch. Just kidding. I hate that.
But it's like in such a tita way, It's like when it's a compliment, it's a
Backhanded compliment, yeah.
compliment. So I was like, yeah, that's full tita, Filipino tita energy right there.
True. I don't think I know anyone like that. I only know the
Maybe our
ones
aunties.
yeah, maybe besides our aunties, yes. But outside of them, I don't think it stops at the feeding and gossiping.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably talk shit about me behind my back, but
Everyone talks shit about all of us behind our backs.
True. But I wouldn't know. But
And I'm the gay one in the family,
True.
so I probably get it the most. Do you think you're turning into tita energy?
No.
No.
Definitely not.
No, I don't think because you don't compare yourselves to other people in the sense of like,
I also don't give backhanded compliments.
no, just four-handed ones or nothing at all. So if you don't hear anything from Hazel,
That means I don't
she's
like
got
you.
nothing nice to say.
Exactly. Or if you hear me go, interesting.
She's got nothing nice to say. That's the nicest thing she
Yeah.
could say without sounding like a total bitch.
Yes, exactly. So no, I don't think I'm auntie vibes.
Great. Please don't turn into one.
No.
Not yet.
I think even if I do, I think I'll be
I'll flag
fun.
it with you.
Yeah, but I'll just be a fun auntie. So I'm going to be Filipino tita vibe.
You'll be
I'll just
the
a fun auntie.
you'd be like the fun auntie, which is not Filipino tita vibes, but would you be the type to feed?
I
There
think
you
that's
go.
just a cultural thing.
All right, I can't wait till you bring your rice cooker in there.
Me too. What month are we in? March. Okay, so a month ago,
Yes.
I caught up with my friend Desh, who I've mentioned before, and we went to some cafe in Brunswick West. I didn't really think anything of it
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, I'm just happy to catch up with my friend, have
Mhm.
a coffee. And the moment I walked in, saw it was a very hippie cafe. It was one of those ones that only sell alternative milk, like no regular
No
milk.
regular milk
Yeah.
at all. Is that a bit?
Milkist.
Yeah, thank you. I was looking for that word.
Yes.
Mm.
But I drink oats, so I don't care.
Mm.
And they sell like plants and a bunch of hippie clothing. Like, think of hippie outfits. They have
Like 70s hippie?
like Costa Rica hippie. Like white people goes to retreat. And then
like White Lotus vibes hippie.
Yeah, but not rich.
Okay, poor.
Poor. Like
backpackers.
yes,
Oh.
expat hippie clothing.
I can smell it.
Thank you. So I'm leading into that. And so I was just so like into this conversation with my friend Desh. I kind of noticed the people around me, but I didn't care because I'm like, you know what? I'm in Brunswick. Like everyone's a hipster here.
Yeah,
There is a difference between hipster and hippies because
correct.
yes, if you're not aware, look it up because I can't be bothered explaining it. Especially Melbourne hipster, very different. But then we had a coffee and I took a sip. It was fine. I took a second sip and I don't know what it was because I get a cappuccino. So I'm assuming it was a chocolate, but there was a thick piece of chocolate sprinkle.
Thick piece.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That made me gag. Like, I was just talking to Dash and Dash was
Like the way Jacob makes you gag?
no, that's a good gag.
Okay. So this was like
This is a bad gag.
gag. Oh.
Dash saw my face and I started going, and I was trying so
Were you
hard.
dry heaving?
Yes. And I was trying so hard to not like throw up. And she was like, what's wrong? And I was like, the taste of whatever I just swallowed, it was bad. and it just
And you swallowed a few things.
and I've swallowed a lot of bad things. And so obviously my threshold's very high.
Yes, yeah.
But then it like brought me to my senses, and I looked around at the cafe and I noticed people look like they haven't showered. And then there was this one pregnant lady, very pregnant, and she was wearing a top. Like obviously I'm all for like cute pregnant outfits, but she was basically wearing like one of those button-up vest tops, but it was only buttoned up to her boob, and her belly was just exposed.
So does that mean she had only like one button?
Yeah, like two. Maybe.
Okay.
And it's just like her belly is exposed.
Oh yeah.
And then she had like not even pants on, I think shorts on.
Oh damn.
And I was like, whoa, her fashion sense is very interesting.
Mm.
But then this trans couple came in, and I was looking at the cis girl's outfit.
Well, look at you with your correct
terminology.
you've been practicing.
I have been practicing. I was also in the area for that.
Okay, yeah. Can't misgender there.
Exactly. But I was looking at the cis girl's outfit, and I was like, what is going on with this? She was wearing like red and white. You know those shorts that look like underwear? Like they're not even shorts. They're basically the shape of underwear at that point.
Oh, because they're so like
short.
Okay.
And then she was wearing like that, and then like a crop top. But I was just like, what's going on with people's fashion sense here? Like, and I looked at Dash. I'm like, she looked really cute. She looked very hipster. And I just wore gym clothes because I came from Pilates. But I was like, this place looks really gross. And then there were like ants on our table.
Stop it.
And that's when I knew this place has been cleaned. And I was like, I can't.
But also, get the fuck out of there.
I cannot. Yeah. So I was like, maybe I just swallowed an ant in my coffee. That's probably why I was like,
it's organic after all. Maybe they did sprinkle ants.
Oh God. And then I was just, after that, I was like, wow, I really don't like hippies.
Ooh.
And
that's hippiest.
I don't mind hipsters. I can get around them. They're fun. But hippies, not like, don't like think like 70s hippies. Think like, yeah, like white people that pretend they're poor.
Yeah.
And then.
You can't be poor at Brunswick West though.
I know, but
rent
they pretend.
There's not, yeah, rent there's not cheap.
But they pretend, and then they don't shower.
Oh.
And then they haven't done their laundry, like that kind of vibe. So, like when you said the smell.
Yeah, I could smell it.
This place, it didn't smell, but it looked like it smelled.
Oh, okay.
And
so, before you go forward with your story, what did you swallow?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
And I love my coffee.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't finish my coffee that day.
Oh no.
I drank.
That's when you know it's not good.
Yeah, I drank not even half of that cup, and I was like, I've just wasted like fucking $6
$6.50. Yeah. And because it's not full cream milk, you got to pay extra.
Exactly.
Was it a weekend?
It was a Saturday.
Weekend surcharge.
So I was very sad about that. And so leading up after that, I actually went to Byron Bay, which is one of the hippie towns. It's the rich hippie towns in Australia.
Yeah, I mean Chris Hemsworth lives there, so how hippie can you actually be? It's an affluent hippie.
It's an affluent hippie.
Yeah.
It's like surfer hippie.
Yeah.
So going into that so I went for my birthday, but leading up to it, I was very worried that I would just be surrounded by hippies, and I would hate it because I'm really not all about the kumbaya vibes.
Yeah.
Of the town, and there was a lot of it.
Was there?
I didn't go into town that much, but it's mostly expats and surfers. But
oh, really? Okay.
There was a lot of like, oh, come to my yoga circle today, and there was a beach.
A yoga circle.
Yeah, like a yoga class, and then
fuck that.
There's also like a beach drum class.
No, thank you.
And I was like, no thanks.
No, thank you. I'm here for a holiday.
It just got
I'm
me
here for a great time.
100%. But it got me thinking. This leads back again to last season when we said when people have too much time, they do things like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. Because I was like,
or don't want to do something meaningful with their lives.
Yeah.
I was actually listening to that episode 2 days ago,
exactly
so I know exactly what you mean.
Because like you and me, we work a lot. So when we go on a holiday, I just want to go on a holiday.
Yeah, don't talk to me about anything else.
Yeah.
I don't even need to do yoga on a holiday because I'm already at peace.
Yeah, like I just want to chill out.
Yeah.
I don't need to be in a drum circle.
No, you don't need that. What's the point of being in a drum circle? You're on a holiday. You know where I want to be? In an infinity pool.
Me too.
That's where you want to be.
That's where I want to be. But anyway, there's some community sense there. But again, we come from a culture of community already.
Yeah.
We don't really need to find drum circles to find a sense of belonging.
No. No.
So,
but we're also not the type to go, let's do that.
I love yoga. I love mindfulness and all of that.
Yeah, but yoga's exercise.
Yes, it's good for your
Yeah.
mental health too.
Yeah.
I love it. I really don't love the practice that the white people culture has adopted from it.
Yes, because it's Indian, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't love, that's what I mean. Like, I don't.
It's turned it into like I don't want to say hippie fest, but it's a hippie fest.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't like about it.
Mm.
Which is why hippies really make me mad. But since we're talking about hippies, I actually wanted to talk about Apple Cider Vinegar. Because
The Netflix show.
Yes.
Yes.
It all leads into the wellness community.
Because you did ask me to watch that before we start this season. You were like, you must watch it. And I was like, okay. And then you're like, then we'll discuss it.
Yes. So if you guys are not aware, it's a Netflix show about, it's based on a true story.
Belle Gibson.
Belle Gibson.
We can name her.
Australian, I don't know what to call her.
She was an influencer basically
Yeah,
before the term influencer kind of became a thing.
Yeah.
And then she tricked people into thinking that she had
Cancer.
cancer.
Brain cancer.
Yeah.
Lots of cancer.
Yeah.
But she was part of the wellness community on social media.
Yes.
So, if you guys are not familiar, obviously there's a branch out there on social media where there is a wellness community. It's like food.
It's literally
exercise.
#health.
Yeah, #health. Manifestation. A bunch of
You
things.
brought it up, not me.
There's a bunch of people out there posting this and asking for your money.
Mm.
But they have no actual qualifications for this.
Mm.
So Belle Gibson was one of them, but I work in health, and what made me more angry was the other girl.
Yes. I forgot her name, but I know. The brunette.
Miller.
Yes, Mila. Yes.
She actually made me more angry because she actually had cancer
Yeah.
and she decided to go the natural way and just focus on your diet and avoid Western medicine. And she influenced a lot of people to follow her.
Mm.
And then they all got sick too. And then she ended up dying out of her own stubbornness and her mom as well.
Oh, yeah. So I was
Sorry,
going to
spoiler.
ask you. I mean, too late for that,
Too
isn't
late.
it? I was going to ask you, do you think she killed her mum?
Her mum has free will.
Yeah, that's true. Correct. Because she
Yeah.
could have made the decision, but her mum had pride also,
Yes,
where it
exactly.
was like, I have to do what my daughter says because how could I say no to her when I said, when I supported her when she
Yes.
was doing it? Do you get what I mean?
Yes.
Which kind of as a mother, you would be like, yeah, okay, you're trying to be supportive. She was still trying to be supportive of
Yeah.
her daughter, even though she was dying.
Yeah.
Even though she kind of deep down knew this is it. When she was, when she was at the plane on the way to Mexico or whatever they're
Oh,
going.
yeah.
And she was
See, that's hippie shit there.
dying.
Yeah.
And then she died at the airport, basically. I was
Yeah.
like, damn, she knew she was going to her death.
Yeah. And so
I actually feel bad for the dad.
the dad had it the
Because
worst.
he lost 2 people in his life.
Yes, out of
That show.
stupidity.
Yeah.
And I'm getting angry again because I'm like, people are so stupid about this.
Yeah. And
But-
he was the one that was like, no, let's just go to the hospital. He actually was like, let's,
Literally.
yeah.
And what it made me angry when the doctors had the meeting and was telling Miller, you need to cut your arm off. And
Yeah.
she was like, no, find another way. And then
Yeah.
if you don't listen to us, you're going to die.
Yeah.
And that made me angry because I think there's nothing wrong with taking the natural way, but it's more of a lifestyle preventative measure.
Correct. It's not now I
It's
have
not a
cancer.
cure.
I have
Yeah.
to change the way I live.
Absolutely.
Completely, do a 180. It's too late.
It's too late. You need medicine.
You need
to help
medicine
you.
now.
Exactly. Which actually reminds me of Jacob's mom who had cancer. So she has changed her diet and things like that. But at Apple Cider Vinegar, they brought up that Belle went to see an iridologist. Do you know what an iridologist is? I think it was Belle. One of them went to see her. Do you know what an iridologist is?
Kinda.
So
Can you explain?
Jacob's mom went to see an iridologist too. And I remember Jacob asking me what kind of doctor is an iridologist? And I'm like, that's not a doctor. What the hell is an iridologist? And I looked it up and it's a quack doctor that apparently can can look into your eyes and tell you all the illnesses and things that are wrong in your body. based
Through
on
your
like your
eyes.
your iris shape and
So
color.
she's basically a tea leaf tea leaf reader.
Yeah,
right?
practically.
Yeah, yeah. I can see through your future from the leaves from your tea.
Yeah, practically. So I was like, "What the fuck
So,
created this?"
oh my god, I have so many questions.
Yeah, tell me. Ask me now.
What did the guy say, or the urologist?
Iridologist. I don't know what they told Jacob's mom, but she said that she was telling when we had dinner with Jacob's extended family,
Yeah.
and she brought it up, and all of us were like, "That's not a real doctor."
That's not a real doctor.
But
Adding an ist to your name does not make you a doctor.
yes, because I actually was watching a How I Met Your Mother episode right before we came here, and Barney Stinson, the master of lying,
Yeah.
said that
And-
he was an orgasmologist.
Yuck. Very Barney thing to say.
Yes,
Correct.
but you're right. Adding an is doesn't make it official.
Yeah, it doesn't make it. Doesn't give you a magical PhD.
So why else would I say that? But anyways, it got me thinking. So people in the cancer world are obviously very vulnerable already.
Mhm.
So they would do a lot of research, Dr. Google, and seek out and find these wellness influencers that they think would help them feel better. But really, they're all frauds or hippies.
Yeah, I also think part of that is because they're very vulnerable
Yes.
and desperate for hope. I
Desperate for
think.
hope and desperate for change.
Yeah, desperate for hope, desperate for a change. And so when they see or hear a story that sounds like a miracle, but also believable enough to be like, oh, if I just juice cleanse and put coffee up my bum, I'm gonna like cure my cancer. That's enough for people to try it because they're desperate to try it.
Do you know what's really funny about the coffee enema scene?
Does it smell?
It would smell like coffee, but at work we actually put so when we need to scan the colon and the large bowel, we need to put something called contrast up people's bums.
Okay.
And so it's practically the same concept of people putting coffee up the bum, but
Yeah.
they shit it all out later on. And also
Yeah.
this is in a sterile world where it was
No, I saw it.
also
It was literally like, here's a pot of
coffee.
Nescafe mixed here in Thailand or where the fuck they went and stuck it up her mum's ass.
And also, Mila and her mum were sharing the same fucking catheter. Because remember, there was a scene when her mum got really sick and Mila's like, "You need an enema," and just pulls out her enema bag, and I'm like, "So they're using the same catheter?"
Catheter sisters.
I was gonna say. I mean, she did come out of her mum's room, so I guess
That's true. Yeah, it's like think of it as a modern day's umbilical cord.
What if it's two ends, one
double
ended catheter into one bag,
Shit.
and they just
DC double catheter.
this is bad. But I was like, people are fucking stupid. They would do that.
Yeah. Well, I think if they're desperate enough and, again, in that show, there was so many perspectives. Like the girl with cancer,
Yeah.
whose the partner was a reporter.
Oh yeah.
And she was into it.
Into
But
Mel
then-
Gibson stuff.
Yeah, but she was still doing her chemo. And then there was a part of her where she was like, I'm done. And then she kind of did the wellness thing, but she did it in a more, it wasn't to make herself heal herself.
Yeah.
It was to kind of accept her faith.
Yeah,
And she was kind of okay, I need to accept the fact that I may die.
Yeah. She had the ayahuasca
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
Even though they pulled out an FPOS halfway through the thing, and I was like, damn.
And it just fed her a
Yeah.
bunch of mushrooms.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, she accepted her faith, and that
That's
kind of
true.
she survived
Yeah.
based on that story.
Yeah.
So it was kind of nice having that perspective where I thought that she was going to just follow either of them
Yeah.
and die, and I couldn't handle that.
It-
Instead, Mila's mum died, and I was like, okay, I mean, this is just a bit of a karma.
that's just stupidity.
Yeah.
And I literally got so mad at them, especially Mila's boyfriend as well. He was very...
Yeah, he was a bit cute though, but he was definitely hippie.
He was cute. He was.
Yeah.
But still, he was very hippie and too supportive of these enemas.
Way too supportive.
But I don't know. I come from a science background. So obviously everything is skeptical to me until I see
that would have
evidence.
actually, me watching that, I was like, she literally comes from, she works at a hospital.
Yeah.
She comes from this scientific background. Everything these girls are telling the people in the show is don't go to the hospital, don't do any of this, don't touch chemo, it's just gonna poison you.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, like that would have really just triggered you.
Yes.
I'm glad it was only 6 episodes because it felt a long time.
I was just angry. And I think there's like one scene when they showed Mila when she finally decided to go back to medicine.
Yeah.
And they did a scan and they showed, like, I could read a CT scan, but it just showed all the tumors in her body. And I just thought, you dumb bitch.
You dumb bitch.
Like,
And you know what's funny? Actually, no, keep going.
No, you go.
The Asian doctor.
Yeah. The Asian doctor telling them that she's stupid as well.
Yeah. Basically, it was kind of like, well, what do you want to do now? Like, we're here. We told you that if you cut off your arm, you had like an 80% survival rate or something.
Yeah.
And now you're at like stage 4.
Yeah. Which is so stupid.
Yeah.
And it's so unfortunate because I see cancer patients every day. And like, you know, it's quite heartbreaking when they have really bad conditions.
Yeah.
And I think it's even worse on the family when they decide to do things like what Miller did and what
especially if the whole family is like against it.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
obviously, like, there's free will in this world, so you got to make your own choices.
Make your own choices. But what I learned from that is the wellness community should actually be monitored a lot closer somehow, which you can't really though.
You can and you can't. Like, I think it's also up to people to be able to see through the shit.
People are stupid.
Yeah.
Look at all these Americans that voted for the current president.
Wow.
And then regretting their decision later.
Again, like, people think change. They want change and they want hope, so they go for the quickest thing or the easiest thing to kind of like accept that will give them change. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I understand it should be monitored and it should be watched, I guess. But at the end of the day, social media just like it will let it fester because it just gets more views, it just gets more likes.
That's true, especially now because Mel Gibson got big in the 2010s.
Yeah, and
when
this whole thing,
Instagram just started.
Yeah, and exactly, she knew. Like watching that show, I was like, damn, this girl could have just like started a business, like did this whole thing without the whole lie bit. And
just make a cookbook. Yeah.
And these days, all she has to do, if she was like Mel Gibson these days, all she has to do is like an outfit of the day, get ready with me, come for a run with me. This is my gym workout. Watch me do a squat.
You just reminded me when TikTok was going down and everyone was posting these things like, I don't know what the trend, I don't know what the sound was, but they're basically saying like because the world is ending tomorrow, and they outed all the things that they did for social media. So a lot of them were like, you know, it's like, come run 10 miles with me.
Yeah, and they ran like 2 meters.
2 meters, and it's just like a different angle.
Yeah. Again, that's why like when you look at social media, even our posts,
we are real.
You got to take it with a grain of salt.
100%.
Like someone can be like, let's say you follow someone or you saw someone say, oh yeah, I just did a marathon. But they look like they've only ran 10Ks. You know what I mean?
Show me the Strava post.
That's photoshoppable.
That's actually true. You're
Everything is photoshoppable. You can AI that.
That's true.
Like,
I need more concrete evidence.
You got to be there. Show me the live feed.
Yeah, I need the YouTube video for 2.5 hours.
Exactly, of you running.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I want like the newspaper of the day. I want that. I want you to show me the time.
Yeah,
everything.
Or like some
no cuts. Exactly.
Outdoor clock.
Yeah.
You're right.
Exactly.
We need to go back to that.
Yeah. Well, it's hard these days because everyone will do anything for a view.
Yeah. Like all the people in Gold Coast at the moment for the the cyclone who are like in the water.
Okay. Like we're here now, so I'm going to talk about it. We were watching the news the last couple of days.
Yeah.
About this category 2 cyclone.
Yeah.
And me and Vincent were like, okay, that's interesting. Everyone's like treating this as if it's a category 4.
Yeah.
And then in the news today, it's like by the time it hits landfall, they're saying it's going to be category 1.
Oh yeah. It's
and I'm like,
weak as hell now.
Why is everyone like emptying out the grocery store for category 2?
I think because it's like the first time it's happened further south.
Yeah. But also, I also think, again, it's just things that when you have a lot of time on your hands.
Yeah.
You want to focus on something like this where you're like, oh, this is the excitement in my life.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
You're right.
Like, oh, okay, all right, I've got to buy out the the supermarket.
Yeah, it creates a what do you call it? Demand.
Demand, yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously there's nothing really big on the Australian news at the moment,
No.
except for anyway. So everyone, like, all the channels are focusing on this, and everyone's like fear mongering,
Yes.
being like the reporters are dressed in like these
Oh, like the
raincoats.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, it's not even raining. It's just cloudy behind you.
It's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I reckon the ones at the beachfront will be a bit shit.
Oh, of course.
But everyone else, they're fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's not going to be that bad. Because, again, we come from the Philippines. I have vivid memories
Yeah.
of my parents walking in the flood that's like waist deep.
Oh, yeah.
And like water coming into our house.
Yeah.
And we had to like move all our furniture
Exactly.
up. So this is fine, guys.
No, and it's like at category 2, school wasn't even cancelled.
No, we still had to go to school.
Yeah, we still had to go to
floods.
school. We still had to go to school.
Yeah.
Get through in a
People
tricycle.
were still selling pandesal down the street.
Pandesal, taho.
Yeah.
You betcha. It's like 3+ is where it gets real serious, you
Yes.
know?
That's what I remember too.
Yeah.
But speaking, like, this is a tangent, but it's going on top of your thing. I went to Billie Eilish's concert the other day, and people camped for 7 days.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
That's hippie vibes right
that's
there.
hippie vibes. People that don't have a job and a life.
How did they afford that ticket?
I don't know.
Daddy gave it to them.
Daddy gave it to hippies pretending to be poor.
Yeah.
But what made it? I actually saw a TikTok about it back then.
Wait, hippies pretending to be poor? Oh, you mean white people pretending
Yeah.
to be poor?
that this girl was talking about how back then when you like I've been to a lot of concerts in my early 20s and people would line up, like they'll probably line up maybe 6 hours before the concert max, but they wouldn't post about it on social media because they don't want the line to get big.
Yeah, of course. You line up because, you know, like for tickets as well.
Yeah, like you want to keep it
you don't want
quiet.
to keep it on the DL, and then certain people get there, you're like, oh damn, there's a
Yeah.
whole line here.
And now in the world of social media, people are posting all about like I've been lining up for 7 days to see
Yeah.
Billie Eilish.
Yeah, it's
and
like-
it creates that fear, like oh my god, I need to line up,
Yeah.
which is
Like,
stupid.
Actually reminds me of like that. Yeah, but again, but just on that, why do you need to line up when you have a ticket? The only reason you need to line up is if you're GA, general admission.
I think they're GA.
Again.
But my colleague she got in at 7:30, and she was right at the barricade. So I don't know what you guys lined
There's
up
no
for.
fight. There's no
Yeah.
point. Anyway, it's like back then when people would line up for COD, Call of Duty, or like the
the
new
games.
PlayStation.
Or the shoe drops,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the sneaker drops.
But then no one would actually post it on their social media because everyone wanted a product. No one
Yeah.
wanted it to run out. Do you get what I mean?
like the new iPhone drops. Back then.
Exactly.
So I don't know. So this has gone from like wellness to social media, but it's just, I mean, it's linked. But I think, yeah, people just do not filter their social media consumption, and they believe things too easily.
Everyone believes things so easily. That's
Yeah.
what happens when you have 3 seconds to like, you know,
I am a TikTok news
Yeah.
person though, so yeah, I probably fall into this.
you are one of those. You are a Belle Gibson fan, aren't you?
I'm not, but I used
Where's
to.
your coffee anyway? You smell like coffee anyway.
It goes up my throat,
Yeah.
not up my ass. But I used to make fun of my mum being a Facebook news believer.
And here
I'm
you
no
are
better.
now. Yeah. Sometimes, again, tangent, but we're nearly done here. When I see something on social media,
Yep.
part of me goes, oh my God. And then I have to just remind myself, like right after, be like, hold on, fact check.
Yeah, we need to fact check this.
Fact check what you just read because that sounds terrible.
Yes.
So I usually like to go through the comments, and even then, that's a toxic place.
No, the comments are, you know, on TikTok, the comment algorithm is suited to what they believe you like. So on the same video, say for example, if it was like a
Wow.
political video,
Yeah,
and they believe that I'm
a Trump believer.
I'm a Trump believer.
Yeah.
They'll feed me what the Trump comments are as a top. And if they believe I'm a what's the other one is? A Democrat.
Democrat.
They'll feed me more Democratic comments at the top.
That's wild.
Yeah, so social media is scary now.
But also, I think TikTok's pro-Trump now.
Yes.
Yeah, because since-
but if you block Meta, it's okay. Your feed goes back to normal.
Does it?
I blocked Meta and Zuckerberg and
On what?
on TikTok.
On purpose?
Yes.
They
then,
do. So if
then
you,
my feed kind of recalibrated itself back to not Trump stuff.
ah,
So yeah.
but they don't own.
Not
Not
publicly.
yet. They don't own yet.
Yet.
Meta doesn't own American TikTok
Yet. But if you block
Interesting.
it, your feed recalibrates itself back to less.
Aren't you
Trump
glad you're on Australian TikTok, which is not owned by?
It was nice when TikTok didn't have Americans for the 24 hours that they were gone.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like a bunch of British people and Canadians and us and Kiwis.
Oh, yeah. And
Just
our
doing-
cousin.
Yeah, and our cousins. Yeah.
But that's for another
That's another
episode.
episode. Tune in to next
Yeah.
time.
So that's the end of episode 21.
21.
First of all, thank you for listening. If you want to keep supporting us, please like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, because we are on
We're
YouTube.
targeting YouTube now.
We've always been on YouTube.
No, I know, but we're targeting them
We're
now.
we're targeting them now. We're
Yeah.
expanding our reach.
Yes.
Because they monetize. If you're on Spotify or Apple, please give us a rating. Hazel would say 5 stars only, but we'll suffice with 4.5.
I didn't realize we were that desperate that we've lowered our
Wait,
standards.
any publicity is good publicity.
Oh God.
But 5 stars would be ideal.
5 stars
Just
only.
5 stars. Nothing like doesn't hurt.
Just give us the extra half.
Exactly. Right. Or tell us what will get us the extra half, because we could be willing to do it.
You might have to
unless
pay me.
unless it's a coffee enema.
I'm
then
not doing that.
We're also on Instagram and TikTok at Hazel and Marion.
Yes, we have a lot of reels and TikToks.
Yes,
up.
everywhere we're on Hazel and Marion except for Red Note.
What's red? Note?
Don't worry.
Okay.
So thank you for listening, and we'll be back next episode.
Bye.
Bye.